Here we go, no delay, we're into the action. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's FaZe versus paiN, and we are off to the races. They're not checking their right, and there is a player down here in Elise. Oh, he's been found out a little bit early, perhaps, and now he's fighting for his life. Brokey's dead, no backup is coming, and he is going to get shut down. I mean, yeah, he had to hit a bunch of headshots, leaving it close to it. It's Carrigan who's also adopted this interesting view model. We'll see if he's going to be able to do anything with it. 3 USPs left on that CT side. The bomb is going to be planted, and 4 long as well. There's only 1 player back there, but it is NQC with a P250 right now down in the pit, so it's going to be a very hard defuse, and before they can even get close to it, they're going to have to get a bunch of kills. It's Rain to get the first one, but I doubt it's going to be more than that.
The rest of his team have all been divided and conquered. Alige, a death by 1,000 paper cuts. It felt like he survived a long-ass time, but just prolonged the torture and pain and suffering.
Weirdly, there aren't that many great Brazilian AWPers at the moment, so I can't understand why that is, and it's actually one of the big, in my opinion, one of the big challenges for the region, but I think NQC is pretty high up there, and maybe a little bit underrated at times, so hopefully he can show us that he's got what it takes here to bring them to a victory. Third round here, and we've got the first rifles coming up for FaZe, so make good use of them. It's Brokey being assaulted already at the A-bomb site, and a nice flash from his teammates, so much damage, but finally a kill as well that comes through. I was going to say, they're waiting to actually get a frag on the board, and they're going to get 2 in return there for paiN Gaming, so not necessarily too bad at the moment.
Yeah, it feels like if Brokey gets that cleaner, like basically the round just unravels for paiN Gaming, but he took way too long to take the first kill down, ran out of bullets. That's one of the downsides of the A1S over the A4. Now Frozen has to try and use his weapon to fend off the rest of the T's, and bigazera with a resounding no. They pick up the rifles, but they're laid back to rest once more. Snow getting hype. Oh, I like this. They're trying to also encircle from the side and flank and hit multiple areas at the same time. So far, so good, though. Brokey on the receiving end of bigazera's AK. He was looking promising just for a moment, but paiN Gaming able to pick up the slack and use their superior weaponry accordingly. And now FaZe have got to try and back away. Carrigan has been baited into assuming this would be a B hit. The box still residing in middle. Rain needs to win this fight, and he does. Stands his ground and delivers. Down to 46 HP, and now paiN have the information. Know where one of the 2 remaining CTs reside, but because of so much mid-presence earlier...
And he picks up a Molotov as well, and that's actually significant. There is no more smokes on the paiN side, so with 18 seconds left, in theory, Rain could win this round by just throwing the right Molotov at the right time and stopping the bomb plant. You can see they're running that clock very low. There comes the Molotov right on top, and Demo, he's going to have to run away. There's no space for it. 5 seconds left, and he can't plant the bomb any longer. It's devastating.
Oh, Andy, you nailed it. You nailed it. Are you sure you can't see the future? You should be a multi-billionaire.
If it is Catwalk instead, we're going to have Brokey there. So I actually like this calculation from FaZe. It makes sense. You can understand how this defense is going to end up working out if it does. And they've guessed right. They actually have the right intel for it. Let's see if the defense will hold. We're down to 16 seconds. A 3-man defense. They need to get the kills right now, paiN, or it's going to be too late once again. I think they're running out of time here. 8 seconds now. Elige in the corner. Fantastic spray. The headshots are coming through. And he's found a quad kill. And nobody is expecting for that 3rd person to be there. And they just didn't have the time to take the fight either. So well done. FaZe come out on top. Question is, how will they deal with it? There's also a player on Catwalk from Brokey, so their backs are being covered right now by that AWP. And they're going to want to push straight in here. Nice hit, and there's a push from Upper Dark as well. FaZe, that's aggression on 3 different levels. It's into Lower Darks, it's on Catwalk, and then it's into Upper Dark from the V-bomb side, and paiN were not ready for it. This is a bit of a dream for me. One of the reasons I don't like Dust 2 generally is that there are so few teams that have the balls to do this kind of stuff, but FaZe definitely did.
Yeah, proactivity is so key. And because it's rare, it really catches the T's off guard. Brokey probably will feel like he should have hit that shot. 2-player advantage will alleviate that pressure a little bit. Fully flashed, but Davideus still connects the headshot all the same.
How many rounds have we had so far where we're down to no time at all? by the time they get here, again, there's no flaws can happen right now. If they lose even one player in transition, I think the round is almost over already. Davide is the one to go down. Smoke goes up on top. We're talking about 14 seconds. One more player in the bomb side, and Carrigan, oh, he just had to stay alive, but Demo takes him down instead. The Molotov nearly canceling the round again, but this time it doesn't spread the full distance, and somehow paiN get the bomb plant. If Carrigan crouches, it's FaZe winning it by default. There's nothing that paiN could have done, but that straight headshot to kill him is absolutely monstrous. NQC now, a bit of risk here, does miss the shot, and Frozen, has he slipped the net? He's thinking he might have dived under the radar. They don't know about this. He's up close, picking up the kit now. He knows that one of them is by Gandalf, but can he guess where the other one is? Wallbang is pretty good. It takes a lot of bullets, but he gets the job done. And now it's on Demo, 17 years old, to try and clutch this against FaZe, and he swings wide. It's exactly the right idea. Unfortunately, he ran in to the Norwegian mountain god that is Rain. The CTs just can't know whether or not you're there or not, because if they know, then they pretty much have a good read on what's going on. And I think FaZe have done a remarkable job at stopping that from happening and making it very uncomfortable. Now this time, it is going to be the long spawn. Brokey is so ready though. Davide is blown up already, and this time he is going to fall a little bit further back. So paiN, Broke is still going to be in front of it here. So we'll see if it covers him. Last time it didn't. He could just stand here. This time, all right, a little bit better, but still, he's able to see them coming. And now look at the utility on FaZe. They should really never lose this round. Just off of grenades alone, they have so much to work with. There's the first grenade. We're down to 20 seconds. They got one more, and Frozen, if he can get here in time, it's Elise to get the headshot on bigozero. And again, the clock is running incredibly low here. paiN, they've left nothing to chance now. 10 seconds. That bomb plant has to be flawless at this stage. Oh, they're jumping and shooting, and Snow with the headshot. And it's the grenade from Frozen. Finally landing right on top of him. So close round, all things considered, but FaZe, I think they had the read the whole time. Look at all the little flashes in the left corner. That's all the grenades that are being held by FaZe. So if you hold it for more than X amount of seconds, the HUD will tell you, which indicates that, you know, they're just waiting. They're just waiting for the right cue. They're so primed. If anything happens, they can slow it down again. They can throw the flashes and the Molotovs. It's Davideas, though, taking down Brokey. Maybe this is an opening. They need it right now, Vince. It's 30 seconds left.
Oh, Carrigan with the ult, though. Nearly gets 3. NQZ's been peppered down to just 8 HP, but it does give them a way to push on long, to try and envelop the site. Frags are plenty. Snow and Davideas both chip in, but now it's down to Frozen. Typically a player you'd want in these kind of positions, but he's missed his first shots. Can't finish Davideas off and will be punished. And that 7-round killing streak of wins and victories has come to an abrupt end.
And they absolutely do win the next one. I think 7 rounds is such a good scoreline right now in the current Dust 2 meta that I'm definitely very happy for it. NQC there to pick off Brokey at the start of the round, but Elish is still pushing up, so he's not going to have any backup here. He's on a one-man mission, trying to see if he can kill this round and win it for his team. They don't know. This is going to be a shock when you're coming out of long. Oh, no. Snow, how did he check it? How did he know?
Oh, Elish was looking at T-Spawn as well. It must be so frustrating. I'd love to see the kill cam on that one from his perspective. Yeah, he's looking at T-Spawn. He anticipated some passivity back there for the last round. It wouldn't go beyond the realms of reason. They might pick up a secondary AWP and try and utilize it from Spawn and then trade to the AK. Meanwhile, though, bigozero lays down the law and secures the A side. So it seems like 7 rounds may be a solid outcome for FaZe, but that's maybe all they get here. As NQZ puts his AWP to use again, he has gone full circle after the opening pick onto Brokey down in the catwalk. Carrigan now tries to stand his ground against 5 Mikey's resilience. And although he sprays in, NQZ is there to pick him up. 7-5 the score. Up onto middle, so they knew that they at least had that kind of aggression in previous rounds. Either way, second half coming at you right now, and it's a complete and utter disaster to kick things off for the side of paiN. They've lost 2 players already, and bigozero under heavy duress. A bit of team damage tossed in the mix as well, as bigozero picks up 2 and gives his team a chance.
Really great. Jiggle Peaks coming out there, just throwing bullets around the corner, but he did what he needed to, and they still have a shot at winning this one. Nice done from Snow. He's going to be ready with the dualies on the other side. Brokey gets his head taken clean off And it is the captain. Carrigan already out into trouble here, trying to find a kill. It's Davideus to bring him down instead, and Carrigan just, he wanted to play a little bit of a mind game there, but they just weren't taking any of it. Well done on the paiN side. They needed this pistol round a lot, and I think this game is once again wide open, so...
Well, FaZe have some deals, a scout, pretty much nothing else. So paiN will be feeling very confident right now, but don't give your lives away, Davideus. Do not repeat that. Down to 41, NQZ, too hot to handle, pulls the plug and gets out of there.
I share your concern in him trying to repeat that. You just do hate to see it. Oh, Rain. Okay, through the smoke. Wine. Speed 0 on the other side, though. Fantastic work. Does pick up 3. Rain trying to see if he can come through. Once again, the captain of the team. 4 kills for him. He's doing everything. And I'm not surprised. There are so many paiN games where it is Big Zero who's trying to drag them across the line. Like, he's doing so much for the squad.
Yeah, and that was kind of the classic narrative as well with paiN for the longest time. It was like Big Zero is their IGL, their star player. He basically is carrying everyone on his back. And that's kind of changed quite a bit with Davideus, Snow coming in, NQZ as well. But he is the man that we were just discussing, and of course the caster curse is real because Elise just removed his head. We're sorry, Big Zero. We shouldn't hype you up anymore.
It does happen, but maybe a chance for Davideus. Certainly a bit of a surprise to Brokey. He's got napping there, but unfortunately he's just so sandwiched in. He couldn't really escape. Still, it's not all bad. 3 versus 3.
And I think it's where a lot of IGLs kind of come undone, and they've been kind of seen through. I think Twist was really struggling with that issue before Shui joined. You know, his mid-round calling on T sides was really lacking. They had no plan B or plan C. Now, speaking of which, still 25 seconds left. Frozen's about to get gift-wrapped a free frag. Demo, wrong place at the wrong time. Understandably, trying to get aggressive up on Catwalk and fend off this bomb plant, but his death basically puts an end to this round. Unlikely that paiN will want to go in any further considering their economy. Save, or maybe I spoke too soon because they got 2 kills out of nowhere. Suddenly Elite is in a 1-on-2.
I don't think they were going for. I think you're absolutely right, because I think they just wanted the AK there on Catwalk, but now NQC got a kill as well, and now they're going to feel like, you know what, actually, let's go for it. They've got the kit as well on Snow, but they're holding on, and NQC caught out in the open. It is a Counter-Strike classic, Vince. You've already, I think, made the call to save, and then you get 1 kill, and like, ooh, maybe we do it after all, and then you lose everything. I understand why they did it. Does seem like they are going to just go for it here. They're not really set up for any kind of a mid or B push, but even if you were, Catwalk positions were pretty damn important. Smoke goes up from the CT side, trying to slow them down. I actually love this. It's NQC on the other side with the FAMAS, but they're jumping out at all sides. They're just diving out of the smoke in 10 different directions, and I don't think he has any idea where to look. He ends up going down, and they're going to lose that player in CT spawn. Demo, not bad for the spray, but again, they're just all over it. Snow, the last one left in a 1 versus 3. And shouldn't have much of a chance here to do anything. We'll see if he wants to upgrade this, save the FAMAS. I don't think winning the round is an option any longer.
Yeah, exactly. You can see that tantalizing M4A1S just in front of his eyes. He's like, should I go and do it? But no, Snow, greed is not always good. You don't have the Midas touch this time around. You just got to save that FAMAS. And to be fair, the FAMAS now in a pretty good spot. Decent rifle. You can still do a lot of damage with it.
And not even really peeking the corner. By the way, he doesn't have another flashbang, so it's a bit awkward at the moment, I've got to be honest. Still, if they find out that there's nobody on Catwalk, it's not bad information. It should give them some room to maybe defend the actual bomb side with, but they're pushing deeper into middle, not knowing that the entire FaZe Clan, well, no, more or less, are just around the corner from this one. 35 seconds, and here's the crossing smoke. This is going to be a bit of chaos here for Demo.
May actually feel like he has to push this and try and get kills. He feels desperate. The spray, though, is off. It could have been 2, but instead it's 1. And now Carrigan doubles up. Davideus and NQZ splattered as FaZe successfully pillaged the A site. And Snow can do little but go save his M4. It was looking a bit tentative for a few moments, but one FaZe fully committed. It was only ever going one way. Unable to really make the most of your weaponry. Doesn't seem like that's going to be the case here, though. In actual fact, they're not even crossing to the B site yet. And it's FaZe that are perching up early on.
Yeah, they're ready. Although FaZe are making sure to check. Is there anyone in lower dark at the moment? They're going to be up on the Catwalk. And Harry crouching his way through. It's a bit awkward right here. Snow, very close to getting the double. The grenade throws it in. Rain will somehow survive. I thought that was going to connect with him. And Big Zero goes down at the same time. Brokey pushing forward. And even he couldn't land that flick. Actually, in my brain, I thought he might just kill NQC here because that would be a brokey kind of round. But this wasn't one of them, and now we've got 1 minute and 10 seconds. They're going to be trying to go for long, which Demo, is he going to spot it here? He does see just the top of the head, so at least they know that they're retreating. But Rainy says, you know what, I'm going to stick around and wait for it here. Demo's not quite in position. It's going to be Rain instead to get it. I understand what Demo was trying to do, right? He needs to do something. He needs to do something proactive, but now they're a man down, and it's still 45 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's the kind of desperation that Davideus was playing on A alone, but he was actually caught out of position momentarily. So he wanted to try and rummage around the back, and it's like, okay, we'll give up long control, but then we'll have the backstab in effect. But there was still 55 seconds left, and the veteran of Rain, you always know he's got a good read of the situation. The second he heard a footstep, it was over. Now, they are low on health. They're going to be walking up. They're not giving this away just yet with the smokes. Now they've been tossed out. Davideus has been flashed out of position as well as he sees them start to spill onto the site. The weakened Rain, the bullet sponge, the meat shield to take the first damage, allowing his team to get the bomb plant down. And now in this 2-on-2, Frozen and Elige, two power players standing toe-to-toe with Davideus and NQZ.
Yeah, this battle is going to be everything here. Elige, he's been playing very well. 17 kills. Davideus, though, nice crosshair placement. He was ready for that fight there, and now it's down to just Frozen escaping the AWP. He knows that Davideus is right around the corner. It's awkward. It's a headshot as he runs through the flames. NQC just completely broken down, and now goes for the fight. He taps it away. Davideus is dead and gone, and Frozen with a massive clutch, standing in the Molotov there to get a job done, but it was worth it. Yeah, you're right. Slow default here. Excruciating for paiN that have to step on utility. Don't want to be doing that early on. Smoke goes up, and they actually just dive right through. I like that play from Kerrigan. Are they going to be checking the pit, though? Demo's down here. They definitely will. The old-fashioned way, just burn him out of there. This is brutal. Not even around. They've won every single fight across the map. It's down to Davideus. Brokey in the middle, exploding them. And that round is done before paiN even had a word to have said there. Crazy scenes and FaZe to win the opening map here in the series. I must say, in a very convincing fashion. That's one of the better Dust 2s I've seen in a long time from almost any team.
Maybe Shadow Daggers. What the fuck is this? Nah, man. Yes, sir. That's my style.
That's a lot of flashbang utility for paiN. I'm kind of curious how this is going to be playing. So there might be a flash for NQC once he takes his first engagement. He's already spotted them. Oh, grenades. Okay, there we go. Maybe a little bit late. There was a flashbang for it. I don't mind that he doesn't overcommit. He's got the information. Unfortunately, what do you do with it right now? If you're on the B bomb site, do you try and push out to take them? Like, what's the play here? Bigu Zero going to be hiding in the corner, but they look like they're going to check it. Kerrigan absolutely aware. It might not make a difference here. The duel, he's at least going to get the one kill. It does leave Snow, and he's already been discovered. He's already been tagged up as well. Hunting him relentlessly. Brokey around the corner with a burst fire. It's going to be Rain instead. But why not? Unfortunately, already NQC has showed up, so the bomb being attempted here. Can he sneak in to execute? No, they're going to get the plant at the very least.
He only has 4 bullets left as well, though. He has to be very careful. He's got Davideus there to try and help him out, but NQZ's lost his head. And in doing so, paiN may have lost the round. Now, 2 players exceptionally low. 22 health between Rain and Brokey. Davideus needs to be aiming for heads, and he's connected the first one, but the timing here is going to be rough. Positions unknown. Has to go forward into no man's land through the trenches, but he's got a shovel of his own, and he digs Elige deep. Smoke down, going to look for the full defuse, but Rain has seen this play out one too many times and puts those Julies downrange and gets FaZe their first pistol round in this best of 3. Yeah, Spire raised his edge, and I think what's been dulled down just a tad is that smoke. It's ruined the party for FaZe, but They may not have realized they're walking into a bit of a precarious position. Now that they've slowed things down, though, and bigazera is backing away, this effectively leaves Snow alone. They've thought better of that decision. Now, bigazera is going to stay around. The nade blows open the smoke, and Carrigan's going to get hot and heavy with his MAC-10. Tons of bullets, enough to take out bigazera. And although Snow may have got the hit and run with the deagle, the site now under control for FaZe.
And some pretty common Inferno type stuff. Now, Vince, they've widened up the banana position that we're currently fighting for here. Do you have any strong feelings about, does that change make any difference to you, or like, is it good, is it bad?
I think it makes it a bit more interesting in terms of trying to retake or kind of take control over banana, but I don't think it really reinvents the wheel that much, you know? I think it's a small quality of life improvement. I don't think it's going to make the map play, like, fundamentally different.
It's their map pick. You really want to. Sorry, it's FaZe map pick, but still, you really want to see. paiN come out swinging in these early rounds. NQC point blank range with the AWP. This is not necessarily a bad idea, but it's also dangerous if you miss the shot here. Could be under a lot of pressure. He's not going to miss at all. Goes for a second, drops Elige. It is picture perfect. Comes back and is ready to fight. Frozen really wants to. He's going to take him on. Still a minute on the clock here, but this is beautiful work so far. Unfortunately, the Big has actually made his way past here. Somehow it's NQC with one more kill, and now Frozen is on his own.
Oh, hold on. As far as plants into potential clutches go, this is very possible. That smoke is going to give him a little bit of a shield. He's going to try and push forward. Oh, if he got the kill on Snow clean, there was maybe a way into that round for Frozen. At least the post plant, though, and a couple of kills on top of it is going to allow FaZe's economy to tick forward just a little bit, but
I think especially like an earlier generation of casters who are pretty guilty of assuming that all AWP battles are going to be against each other, but this is exactly why you buy the AWP, is to try and stop the rifles from having the kind of runway that they would have had otherwise. Because it's really hard if you're swinging a corner like that, and it's not a fight, you just die instantly. So that's what the AWP is for, even on a map like Inferno a lot of the time. Quick trade at the top of banana here, and now Snow going to be trying to see if he could turn his way in. Doesn't see anyone immediately. Davidaze goes down next. Rain with an important kill there, and now a man advantage for FaZe. And Snow, if he dies, the round is done immediately. He should be traded out, and he will be. I don't hate the idea, but yeah, it's a good job that Elige was there.
There's still two players. If he gets around his corner sooner rather than later, there'll be easy pickings, but I have just diverted past. The traffic, the green lights are punched in, and our FaZe are closing the gap, closing the noose. But the same could be said for the hangman himself with Demo. What a shot from NQZ, but he won't live to tell the tale. Has been dealt with accordingly, swiftly, but Demo's going to be very close. Up in the grill now of FaZe. Will they anticipate this peak? The bomb plant goes down, but they may anticipate that he's going to be on somewhere like the Archer's side, library side. Gets the drop onto Rain, spins around, but Elige is too fast on the draw. So close for paiN Gaming. 40 seconds coming up.
Speaking of smokes, by the way, I think that smoke that Elige is in was a failed one for the library or little pit side, so a little bit funny. Might not be the end of the world here. They're going to try and recommit to it now. 30 seconds, and Davida's beautiful headshot. NQC going to be taking down Elige as well. So Carrigan do anything at all, he's going to get the first headshot here. Obviously, he cannot win the round. It's only 20 seconds, and he's completely boxed in. Davida's will find another third headshot for the round here. And they needed something like this. This is really important. They survive with 4 people, and they actually feel like the defense is doing something reasonable there. Don't know if the smoke necessarily made a big difference. It might have been. Like, the failed smoke actually might have stopped Elige from turning the corner, but regardless, not going to take away from Davida's here. It's really smart.
Yeah, he made the most of that smoke, didn't he? Hopping up onto the little balcony on the railings. That's going to be good for confidence. They also kept 4 players alive, so weapons traded in 2 AK-47s now in the collective arsenal of paiN. It is looking pretty bleak, and the first kill going against Carrigan. Tries to just brute force his way up on the banana and say, no, you can't have it this time. But bigazera is there and more than capable of sending him away. Now he's going to go back in for more. Flashbang through, bigazera gets another kill, switches to the sidearm and nearly triples up. But he's done his damage, he's done his job.
Tripling down the aggression, like we said. Snow here, okay, they line up for him. A bit scary, and actually Demo was behind him, so even if Snow got traded out there, it probably would have been absolutely fine, but NQC seems to be hitting some important shots on Inferno, and you know, we already mentioned why the AWPs are important against rifles, but the other part of it is also just being very mobile and hard to read. Oh my god, he just got stuck on the wall. I can't even explain how that could even happen. Demo gets the kill on the Frozen here, but Elige ready? Can he get the surprise? He can. Takes down Bigusira. What a mess of a round, and it all starts with just the fact that the AWP got so flashed and he just got lost on the map. Carrigan's still going to be going down here, but I don't know. I hate everything about that.
There's a proper scrappy round. 3 kills with Glocks is kind of unacceptable, but there's a bit of a subdued celebration. Just patiently waiting. Nothing to give away that FaZe are on the brink of pushing him down and looking to try and plunder this site. If they slow peek it, NQC's going to get at least one, and he's able to fade out of there as well. The hit and run is good, but Rain, the lurk through on apps, is just able to capitalize on a couple of pixels. And so at this stage, paiN have the decision. Do we actually want to just go ahead and save this? It's such a difficult site to retake. You've got a ton of weaponry and utility and value in these 3 players. I think you just have to tap out for the 6-4.
It's not that similar, but it's a 3 versus 3 round with bomb down. I still don't think paiN can go for it. So for me, for NQC to play that corner would be the equivalent of saying, I'm going to try and get 3 AWP kills here, and then my team can retake it. That is, I don't think, ever going to happen. So I'd just play Arch, and if you get a kill, then you can try and retake it 4 versus 3, and that's more doable. Anyway, just my opinion.
He may have been nervous about a potential timing backstab from apps while he moved into Arch. That's the only thing I can think of, and he felt a bit more comfortable to hold his ground. He's had a couple of really nice double kills and like flick moments here, so confidence was probably high as well. But first kill, not for the first time, going the way of paiN. They've actually doubled up as well into Banana. Carrigan and Frozen have been dealt with accordingly. And this time, paiN really looking to try and take a stranglehold over this round. Elige is maybe the ace up the sleeve. Moving in, completely uncontested. They had no idea. Drops Davideus, and there's the spray on the drive-by for a second. He's given his team a chance.
Grenade on top as well, actually putting a lot of pressure. It's Rain with a headshot coming through the smoke as Demo gets blown up. And what a tough position here for paiN. What a shock, and it's going to give FaZe a pretty decent lead here. 7-4, and going into the last round of the half. I mean, I think already 7 rounds on the T side. I don't know about you, Vince, but I'd be pretty happy. I'd be exactly as happy as Carrigan is there.
Perfect timing on that one. Massive grin, massive smile. So the fact that he's having a bit of an off game here, but you have Elige popping off in 11 kills, basically single-handedly winning that last round, speaks testaments to what FaZe have in store.
2-man defense, 14 seconds left. They need to get such clean entries. FaZe, they might have left this a little bit too late. They're actually planting in spite of the fact they haven't cleared the bomb side. It's crazy, and it's going to work as well. Carrigan, the captain of the team, breaks that defense, and for paiN now, a very tough retake ahead of them, and they have no choice here. It's the last round of the half, so they have to go for it. You'll see they have a little bit of utility, but unfortunately not the incendiaries and the smokes that you want, and it's not going to be easy either. Brokey getting a chance to make him feast a little bit. He's going to get the first one. Leg shot on the second. We'll count it as half a kill for him. Demo goes down last, and an 8-4 first half finish in favor of FaZe.
A happy FaZe is a terrifying FaZe to go up against, that's for sure. They'll maybe sometimes push the self-destruct button just a little bit.
Here we go. Quick out of paiN. They're not going to slow this one down. They keep rushing, and they find Frozen. Not ready to fight. Brokey here with a pistol. Being pushed back, but he's going to get a chance to reload. Backup is there. Carrigan. They've managed to absorb that attack into the archway, and somehow they're finding the kills as well. The bomb is now lost over there. They're down in the pit, but none of that matters. The bomb is all the way towards CT spawn. Elige does go down, and Brokey trying to keep his head low as he can. Not low enough for Demo. And suddenly it's a 2 versus 2. What a weird round this is.
As you can see, though, they have the bomb as well, and Rain from above is going to strike. The Thunderbolt comes down. And Rain is looking to try and alleviate the NQZ threat, but he is going to come out second best. 50 seconds left on the clock as well, and this is where Carrigan's in a bit of an awkward spot. Yes, he has the bomb down, but he can't fully commit to just sitting in the middle. At that point, it's a coin flip 50-50, and I think NQZ is just going to take loads of time here and fake as if he's rotating through a middle side. Allow Carrigan to start to have the problem of figuring out, like, now I have 3 angles to contend with, not just 2. NQZ has played this to perfection, but Karrigan is still alert to the presence, and now it's all become unraveled, but it's Karrigan that takes the head clean off regardless. Everything up until that shot, NQZ could not have played better. It's kind of unfortunate for paiN because it feels like we all had this idea in our minds of what FaZe should be and could be, and paiN are now being hit with the reality of, like, they've actually shown up. And there's not much we can do to stop this juggernaut. It's on its tracks, it's picking up pace, it's picking up steam. And when you still have Brokey yet to really get involved in this game, well, there we go. He tees off onto his opposite AWP. NQZ put in his grave, and raiN's getting aggressive. Missing out on the shot, Brokey's not going to make the most of that one, so it is a clean kill. And paiN do have a way forward.
Karrigan getting right at the edge of the smoke. Now it's up to Brokey, but he is the kind of player you put a lot of pressure on him. He's likely to win some of those fights. Bomb back here for Biguzera. If he had got timed by Frozen, that would have been a very awkward way to play the round. But now it's Liege, as they did lose Brokey at the same time. 1 versus 3, and he is going to get, unfortunately, sideswiped there. Davideus comes into it. Such a critical round for paiN. So it sort of felt like they were trying to say, hey, listen, we might show up. We might show up. Anyway, it's going to be a bit of a fight here at the top banana position. Great Molotov slowed down, but Frozen is still up in front of them. And even if Elise was sort of fumbling around with some grenades back there, it looks like they've at least won the opening fight. We'll see if NQC can turn it around. He can, but only for a second. And I think they knew that Frozen was low. They weren't aware that Brokey was in the back line.
And because Biguzera was so low, it almost felt like NQZ felt like he had to do everything himself. So he takes the AWP shot, immediately switches to the Deagle, tries to go in again, and he's just easy pickings. Nicely played timing for raiN to just double check, do his due diligence, and he catches a player trying to push onto A site and backstab. And now both players are low here between Frozen and Biguzera. Brokey's pretty close by, though, can quickly flank onto the CT side, but he will not be required. As Frozen takes down Biguzera, dials in an 11th round.
But so far, Frozen is not inspired by any kind of craziness like that. He is just sticking to the plan. Brokey's there behind him with the AWP, so that's an insanely strong defense. With the right smokes, though, maybe paiN can wrap around this arch position and actually attack this A-bomb site. It's not necessarily a bad idea. We'll see if Elige can have any impact. And he's pushing in front of it just to try and make sure that he can help out. But he dies instead with 25 seconds left. This 2-man hold at A is very brittle.
All right, he needs to play the smoke perfectly. Needs the timing. Comes around the corner, nails the head, but Karrigan has fell down, which puts all that pressure on raiN. And Davideus, well, spamming through the smoke, connects the shot onto raiN. And although there's only 8 seconds on the clock, more than enough time for the plant, and more than enough time to secure this round. FaZe's economy, not in great shape. Could do with holding on to both of these weapons. So they're going to be setting up for exit frags. But this round is a done deal.
Jousting for some banana control. Davideus walking through their own smoke here, just trying to put some pressure on. Elevated on that one. And you know when that smoke lands, there's going to be an incendiary as well landing in front. That's kind of the protocol to clear it out. Oh, but fumbling around with the grenades. Elige going to go down. He was throwing an incendiary back to Frozen. That's not great.
They weren't just reading different pages. They were reading different books there between Frozen and Elige. They, like you said, I think fumble is a very good way of describing what happened. And the repercussions are serious. Like, just as we're talking, this deficit's coming down quicker and quicker with every passing round. The economy is not in good shape here. If FaZe lose this round and don't save many weapons, there is a very good opportunity for paiN to draw us level. So FaZe making these kind of mistakes, especially on Elige, who has got them a couple of big rounds from these individual efforts, that is a problem. However, raiN fully flashed, nearly nails the landing while blinded. But Biguzera pushes forward. Brokey deals with him, but there's only 2 FaZe players left.
Karrigan down to very low bullets as well. He's going to get traded out. NQC not afraid to take the fight. And Brokey, it's definitely not worth it to go for it. He doesn't have the kit either. He is the kind of player that will try, that will give himself a bit of an opportunity, and sometimes the reason it works is because it's so unlikely. Demo pushing on through, and again, look at him take the bait. He's thinking, all right, you're not going to expect for me to do this, so I definitely will. NQC, here at the church, almost getting pinned to the wall, but instead, he takes a bullet and It's going to be a nice round here from NQC, taking down Carrigan to begin with.
Really, silence falls upon the battlefield here for both teams as neither squad wants to make that first mistake. The smallest of margins where we saw NQZ have success in that first half. Not so much for Rain, but Brokey's going to finish off the weakened Snow. The trades, though, firmly in favor of paiN. And it's Big Azera once again that answers the call when his team so desperately need it.
You're exactly right. What a beautiful thing for us to be allowed to see the main difference between holding that exact same angle with an AK or with an AWP. That's what the AWPs are there for at least half the time, because Rain wasn't quick enough, but you just can't necessarily spray down somebody in that angle. Great follow-up as well from Big Azera, and I think just a call as well, out of spawn call to go for that kind of an attack out of the A apartments. And honestly, this is even a round where there actually are more players on the A bomb side than you would normally expect. It's more common for there to only be, 2 or maybe even 1 at the start of the round, just because there's so much focus on B early on for the CT side. So in spite of running into the 3-man setup, they still blow it wide open. They equalize the game back to 11-11. FaZe get to save a couple of rifles here, and that's something to play with.
A one that Elige will heed, but not for long. He's pushing back through again on Banana. He's going to get up close behind that smoke.
I love it. The reason he's doing it is because it allows for this 3-man setup at the A bomb site. If he falls back, then very likely Carrigan will have to fall a little bit further away and try and be closer to the B bomb site. So he's giving them the space to have the 3-man defense. It's really smart. And obviously go for a quick flank as well, potentially, but we'll see. Last time, this 3-man defense did not hold even at all, so can it do it this time? Mid-air shot as Rain is picking them apart, exploding their heads with that M4, and finally they bring him down. Brokey, the last on the site, and he's overwhelmed. Demo just hunting for him, and Elige, even though he's quick on the rotate, it might not be quick enough. A bit of a almost like a replay of the first half clutch here. We'll see if Elige can do it instead. He's very close to it. Demo down in the pit. It's NQC caught by surprise, and now the old versus the young here. Elige fighting for it. Straight headshot, schooling him. And it's going to be the clutch coming through. You can see Frozen almost can't breathe in that one, but it will be FaZe to pick it up.
This game's been a banger, hasn't it? It's not been the cleanest to Counter-Strike, but we've been blessed with 2 really good series today. And it may not be done just yet. Yes, the health bars are looking bleak on paiN. Make no mistake. It's going to be difficult for them to traverse forward without losing a player through the smoke. But they've deployed it all the same. Just shy of 45 seconds now on the timer. And paiN puffing their chests out, trying to get mid-control, force a rotation into play. But they don't have much in terms of a plan B. They've already committed up middle.
Yeah. The only thing is there's not much of an A defense. I don't know why they're so far back. They also don't have a lot of utility on FaZe. One clean entry, honestly, they can win the round almost immediately here. This is a very light setup. Carrigan, though, an important shot. He goes down, and Brokey there to follow it up. We're down to 17 seconds. The clock is running out here. paiN, they need to go, and there's already a flank coming in. Elige, he did it once before. He's looking to do it again. Rain to pick up the first, and he will get it done. NQC on the ground. Big Azera, no time. He cannot win the round. FaZe stopping the comeback and defeating paiN in a 2-0 fashion. This is exactly the kind of FaZe we love to see.